The ball slammed into my gut like a freight train, knocking the wind out of me before I even hit the grass. I gasped, tasting blood and turf, as Coach's whistle pierced the air sharper than any knife. And there he was, Ethan, standing over me with that blank stare, like I was just another shadow on the field, not the guy who'd been bleeding for his attention all season. I rolled onto my side, clutching my ribs, the pain blooming hot and fierce under the relentless California sun. Practices at Lincoln High were brutal, but this felt personal, like the universe, or maybe just Ethan, had decided today was the day to remind me how invisible I really was. "Get up, Ramirez," Coach barked from the sidelines, his voice gravelly from years of yelling at kids like me. "This ain't nap time." Around me, the team blurred into motion, cleats thudding against the dry earth, shouts echoing off the chain-link fence that bordered our scrappy field in East LA. It was late September, the kind of heat that clings to your skin like a bad memory, turning every sprint into a war against your own lungs. Soccer was my escape, the one place where I could pretend the knot in my chest didn't exist. But Ethan, he made it impossible. He was the captain, the golden boy with sun-bleached hair that fell just right over his forehead and eyes like storm clouds ready to break. Senior year, he was everything. Scholarship-bound, homecoming king material, the guy who could nutmeg you without breaking a sweat. And me? Junior Alex Ramirez, the scrawny midfielder from the wrong side of the tracks, scraping by on sheer grit because talent alone hadn't opened any doors for my family yet. I'd loved soccer since Dad dragged me to my first game at age 5. But loving Ethan? That started last spring, when he scored that impossible goal in regionals and looked right through me like I was fog. That afternoon, as the medic, Mrs. Hargrove, our overworked PE teacher, prodded my side and muttered about cracked ribs, Ethan didn't even glance back. He jogged off to huddle with the forwards, his laughter carrying on the breeze like it was meant for someone else. Always someone else. I pushed myself up, ignoring the fire in my bones, because quitting wasn't in my blood. Abuela's stories of migrant workers who'd crossed deserts for less echoed in my head. Endure, Mijo. The sun rises for those who keep walking. By the time practice wrapped, the sky had softened to that bruised purple of dusk, and the team dispersed like smoke, some to beat up trucks, others to the corner store for Slurpees. I lingered, unlacing my cleats with hands that still shook from the hit. The field was empty now, save for the distant hum of traffic on the 101 and the faint scent of eucalyptus from the hills. That's when I saw him. Ethan, alone by the water cooler, chugging from a Gatorade bottle like it held the secrets to the universe. My heart did that stupid flip it always did around him. I should have left, packed my bag and biked home to the cramped apartment where Mom was pulling doubles at the diner and my little sister Sophia was blasting reggaeton to drown out the world. But no. I grabbed my ball, the one with the scuffed panels from too many wall bangs against our stucco walls, and dribbled toward him. Casual, like I wasn't rehearsing this in my head for weeks. "Hey, Cap," I said, voice steadier than I felt. The ball danced between my feet, a nervous tick. That was a hell of a pass. Almost had me seeing stars. He wiped his mouth with the back of his hand, those green eyes flicking over me like I was a stray dog. "Yeah, well, watch your positioning next time, Ramirez. You're drifting left too much." No smile, no follow-up. Just that wall, thick as the Berlin one I'd read about in history class. I nodded, swallowing the lump in my throat. "Will do. Hey, you sticking around? I could use a one-on-one if you're not beat." It was bold. Too bold for a guy who'd spent the summer sketching Ethan's profile in the margins of his notebooks. But desperation has a way of sharpening your edges. He capped the bottle, slinging his duffel over one shoulder. The muscles in his arm flexed under his practice jersey, and for a split second, I let myself imagine tracing that line with my fingers. Nah, got film to watch. Coach wants me breaking down footage before Friday's scrimmage. And just like that, he was gone, his truck roaring to life in the parking lot, taillights fading into the sodium glow of street lamps. I stood there until the chill set in, the ball heavy at my feet. That night, in the dim light of my room, poster of Messi peeling at the edges, Sophia's crayon drawings taped to the door. I replayed it all. The ignore, the brush off. It stung worse than the bruise purpling my side. But something in me cracked open, a quiet resolve. If Ethan wouldn't see me, I'd make him. Not with words or winks, but with sweat. With every damn drill until he had no choice. The next morning, I woke before dawn, the alarm on my phone buzzing like angry bees. Mom was already up, the sizzle of eggs in the kitchen pulling me from the tangle of sheets. "Alexito, desayuno before school," she called, her voice thick with sleep and worry lines etched deeper each year. Dad had split when I was 10, chasing dreams that led him back to Mexico without us, so it was just us three against the grind. I shoveled food down, kissed her cheek, smelling of bleach from last night's cleaning shift, and grabbed my bike. Lincoln High loomed like a concrete fortress when I rolled up, the flag snapping in the breeze over the quad. Kids streamed in, backpacks slung low, gossiping about prom dates and who hooked up at the beach bonfire. I kept my head down, the secret of my crush a weight in my chest heavier than my backpack. No one knew. Not Sophia, who teased me about girls at recess. Not my best friend Jamal, who dragged me to every pickup game like it was church. Being gay in East LA wasn't a death sentence anymore. Not like the stories Abuela whispered about her village, but it wasn't a parade either. Whispers followed the few out kids, like shadows you couldn't outrun. First period AP Lit dragged, Mrs. Patel droning on about the Great Gatsby and its green lights of longing. I doodled goal formations in my notebook, but my mind was on Ethan, 3 rows ahead, his head bent over his phone. Probably texting Riley, the cheer captain with legs for days and a laugh like wind chimes. They weren't official, but everyone assumed. The perfect all-American couple. Lunch was my first strike. I found Jamal under the sycamore tree, trading chips for his turkey sub. "Yo, you look like you got hit by a bus," he said, eyeing my limp. Jamal was the team's keeper, built like a wall with a grin that disarmed anyone. We'd bonded over bad free kicks and worse cafeteria food freshman year. "Feels like it," I admitted, sliding onto the bench. "Ethan's got a cannon for a leg," he snorted, popping a grape. "Man's a beast. You think he'll take us to state this year?" "If I don't die trying." I forced a laugh, but it came out hollow. Jamal didn't push, he never did. That's what I loved about him, space to breathe. Afternoon practice hit like a hangover. Coach had us running suicides until my thighs burned and the world tilted. Ethan led drills, barking orders with that effortless command, his jersey clinging in ways that made my focus shatter. I pushed harder, weaving through cones like my life depended on it, ignoring the ache in my ribs. By the third set, sweat stung my eyes and I fumbled a trap, ball squirting wide. "Ramirez, focus." Ethan's voice cut through, not angry, just distant, like I was background noise. I gritted my teeth, retrieving the ball. On it. This time, I nailed the next one, threading it through 2 defenders like silk. A few guys whistled, but Ethan? Nothing. Zilch. That pattern held for days. Me grinding, him oblivious. I'd stay late, banging balls against the shed wall until my arms screamed, hoping he'd wander by. Sometimes he did, grabbing his gear from the locker room, but our eyes never locked longer than a beat. It was torture, the kind that hollows you out slow. Friday's scrimmage arrived under a sky heavy with promise. The stands held a smattering of parents and girlfriends, the air electric with that pregame buzz. We were up against Westview, our rivals from the valley, and the field felt like a battlefield. I started midfield, heart pounding as the whistle blew. Early minutes were chaos. Westview pressing hard, their striker a bulldog named Torres who shoulder-checked like it was personal. I held my ground, intercepting a pass and firing it to Ethan on the wing. He took it in stride, cutting inside, but instead of crossing, he shot wild, the ball sailing over. Mississippi, his first of the season. The crowd groaned, and I saw it. The flicker in his eyes, that rare crack in the armor. Pressure from scouts, maybe, or Riley's family hosting some dinner he dreaded. Whatever it was, it hung on him like fog. Halftime, coach ripped into us in the tent, veins bulging. "We're soft. Ramirez, you're invisible out there. Step up." Me? I nodded. But inside, It lit a fuse. Second half, I exploded. Every touch was fire. I stole the ball from Torres, nutmegged their mid, fed Ethan a perfect through ball that he buried for our first goal. The team erupted, slapping my back, but Ethan's high five lingered. A half-second too long, his palm rough and warm against mine. "Nice feed," he muttered. And damn if it didn't sound like music. We won 2-1, the final whistle a symphony. In the chaos of celebration, guys piling on, water bottles spraying, I caught Ethan's eye across the huddle. He held it this time, a ghost of a smile tugging his lips. Not much, but enough to make the ache in my chest twist into something dangerously close to hope. That night, the team hit Tito's Taqueria for victory burritos, the place packed with locals spilling onto the sidewalk. Neon signs buzzed overhead, the air thick with cumin and laughter. I sat wedged between Jamal and Marco, the freshman goalie, picking at my carne asada while stories flew. Exaggerated tales of near misses and trash talk. Ethan held court at the head of the table, Riley perched on his knee like she owned the spot. Her giggles grated, high and forced, but he played along, arm loose around her waist. Still, twice I caught him glancing my way. Quick, like checking if I'd noticed. "Earth to Alex," Jamal nudged me, salsa dripping from his chip. "You zoning out on us?" "Nah, just replaying that assist." I shrugged, heat creeping up my neck. He grinned. "Modest much? That was straight fire, bro. Even Cap said so." My pulse jumped. He did. Post-game, yeah. "Ramirez is stepping up." Direct quote. Jamal leaned in, voice dropping. "What's with you two lately? Feels like you're orbiting him." I froze, fork midway to mouth. "What?" "Nah, just team stuff." He raised a brow but let it drop, mercifully. The conversation shifted to state qualifiers, dreams of college scouts, but my mind snagged on those words. Stepping up. It was a crumb, but I'd take it. Later, as the group thinned, I stepped out for air, the cool night wrapping around me like a blanket. Stars poked through the city haze, faint but stubborn. Footsteps crunched behind me. Ethan, alone, hands shoved in his hoodie pockets. "Ramirez." His voice was low, edged with something I couldn't place. Tired? Hesitant? I turned, casual as I could manage. "Cap killer goal today." He leaned against the wall, scuffing his sneaker on the pavement. "Couldn't have without that pass. You're quick out there." Didn't see it coming. Coming from him, it felt like a sonnet. "Been working on it. Late nights, you know?" He nodded, eyes on the ground. "Yeah. Look, about the other day after practice. I was wiped. Didn't mean to blow you off." My breath caught. An apology? From Ethan Hale? Water under the bridge. "We're good." Silence stretched, comfortable in a way that scared me. Then, "You sticking around for the bonfire tomorrow?" "Riley's crew is going." The mention of her name was a pinprick. "Maybe. Depends on homework." He chuckled, soft. "Nerd." Our shoulders brushed as he pushed off the wall, and electricity zipped through me. "See you on the field, then." He walked away, but not before I saw it. The way his head tilted, like he was seeing me for the first time. It was small, fragile, but in that moment, under the taqueria's flickering sign, I believed. Effort. It was finally cracking the wall. The bonfire crackled like it had secrets, flames licking the night sky on Malibu's edge where the team had claimed a stretch of public beach. It was Saturday, the air salty and sharp, waves crashing in rhythm with the bass from someone's Bluetooth speaker. Kids from school dotted the sand. Jocks, artsy types, the inevitable couples tangled under blankets. But our group owned the fire pit, marshmallows speared on sticks turning golden. I arrived late, bike chained to a dune shrub, the ride from East LA leaving me windburned and wired. Jamal waved me over, a red Solo cup in hand. Something non-alcoholic, probably, since Coach ran a tight ship. "'Bout time, Ramirez. Grab a stick before Marco eats all the goods." I settled on a log, the heat kissing my face, and scanned the crowd. There, Ethan, across the flames, silhouetted like a hero in some indie flick. Riley was glued to him, her head on his shoulder, but his eyes found mine through the smoke. A nod. Simple. Electric. The night unspooled lazy. Stories of legendary games. Ghost tales that had the freshmen jumping. Laughter bubbling up like the foam on our sodas. I kept quiet mostly, content to watch Ethan. He was magnetic, drawing everyone in with that easy charm. But up close like this, off the field, he seemed frayed. A tension in his jaw when Riley nuzzled closer. A distant look when the fire popped too loud. Around midnight, the circle thinned, stragglers pairing off for walks or crashes in sleeping bags. Jamal clapped my shoulder. "Don't do anything I wouldn't," and vanished with a girl from bio. I stayed, poking the embers with a driftwood branch, the world narrowing to the snap and hiss. "You always this broody?" Ethan's voice pulled me up, and there he was, dropping onto the log beside me, 2 unopened Cokes in hand. "No, Riley." I took one, pop of the tab loud in the quiet. "Only when the company's worth it." He smirked, that rare full one that crinkled his eyes. "Smooth. So what's your deal, Ramirez? You're killing it on the field lately. What's the secret?" I wanted to say, "Chasing your shadow," but I played it cool. "Just grinding. Dad used to say soccer's 90% heart, 10% feet. Figured I'd lean into the heart part." He sipped his drink, staring at the fire. "Mine bailed when I was a kid too. Said the game's a distraction. Now he's all about my highlights, like they're his second chance." The vulnerability hit like a curveball. Ethan, the unbreakable, cracked open. I nodded, the shared ache bridging us. "Sucks, but you're carrying it, man. That goal Friday? Legend status." He shrugged, but his shoulder bumped mine, lingering. "Team effort. Your vision's on point. Ever think about D1? USC's scouting us next month." My stomach flipped. USC dreams stitched into every late-night kick against the garage door. "Yeah, but fees travel. It's a long shot for guys like me. Don't sell yourself short." His gaze held mine, steady and searching. The firelight danced in his eyes, turning green to gold. "You've got fire, Alex. Real fire." The way he said my name, Alex, not Ramirez, soft like a secret. Heat bloomed low in my gut, not from the flames. I swallowed. "Coming from you? Means something." Silence fell, charged, the waves our only witness. Then Riley's voice sliced through. "Ethan? Babe?" And he tensed, the moment shattering like glass. "Coming," he called, standing too quick. But as he went, his hand grazed my knee. Accidental? Intentional? Leaving a brand. I sat there long after, embers dying to glow, replaying the touch. Hope was a dangerous game, but damn if I wasn't all in. Monday practice was a beast. Rain turning the field to mud soup under gray skies that mirrored my mood. Coach had us on possession drills, slips and slides turning grown boys into kids in a puddle fight. I thrived in it, the slick chaos letting me shine. Stealing balls, threading passes through the slop like it was dry summer grass. Ethan was off, though. Fumbles he never made, shouts at teammates that came too sharp. By the water break, frustration etched his face, jaw clenched like he was chewing nails. I jogged over, bottle in hand. "Hey, shake it off. Rain's just the field talking back." He snatched the water, gulping like it was whiskey. "Easy for you to say. You're floating out there. I'm sinking. You're human, Cap. Even legends slip." I clapped his back, light, but he leaned into it, just a fraction. "Thanks," he muttered, and for the first time it felt real, like maybe the wall had a door. That door creaked wider over weeks. Small things. A shared glance during film sessions, where Coach paused plays and Ethan murmured breakdowns in my ear, breath warm on my neck. Late practices where he'd linger, challenging me to keep eyes or headers until stars pricked the sky. Once, after a brutal conditioning run, he tossed me his hoodie. "You're shivering like a leaf." And I wore it home, his cedar scent wrapping me tighter than the fabric. School buzzed with homecoming hype, posters plastering halls with promises of floats and fireworks. Riley dragged Ethan into planning, their couple status official now. Photos on Insta of them at the pumpkin patch, all flannel and forced smiles. It gutted me, scrolling in bed while Sophia snored across the room, but I buried it under drills. Effort, remember? Jamal cornered me in the locker room one afternoon, towel snap echoing off tiles. Spill, Alex. You're glowing or something. Girl, spill. I laughed it off, yanking on my jersey. Nah, just ball. State dreams. You know? He eyed me, skeptical, but dropped it. All right, but if it's a guy? My heart stuttered. What? He shrugged. Heard whispers. About you. Doesn't faze me, bro. Just be safe. The world tilted. Whispers. How long? I nodded, throat tight. Thanks, man. Out on the field, Ethan was waiting, ball at his feet. Ready to lose? He teased, that grin flashing. Bring it. We scrimmaged one-on-one, mud flying, laughs punching through the gray. He scored twice. I answered with a cheeky chip over his head. When I celebrated, fist pump, whoop, he tackled me in a hug, rolling us into the grass. His weight pinned me, faces inches apart, mud-streaked and breathless. Time stopped. His eyes dropped to my mouth, a question hanging unspoken. Then coach's whistle shattered it. Hail, Ramirez. This ain't wrestling. We sprang apart, cheeks burning. But as we jogged back, his pinky hooked mine for a heartbeat. Secret. Electric. Homecoming week blurred. Parades with crepe paper floats. Spirit days in mismatched jerseys. I threw myself in, painting banners with the art kids, the distraction a bomb. But Friday loomed. The big game against Roosevelt, stadium lights blazing, scouts in the stands. Pressure cooker. The night before, nerves jangling, I texted Ethan on a whim, our first outside team group chat. Can't sleep. You up for a midnight kick? Dots danced. Meet at the park. Bring your A game. The empty lot by Echo Park glowed under sodium lamps, palms whispering in the breeze. He was there, shadow in sweats, ball spinning on his finger like a Harlem Globetrotter. You're insane. He laughed as I pulled up on my bike, but his eyes sparkled. Keeps life interesting. We played, the ball a comet between us, echoes of thuds the only sound. Hours melted, until sweat cooled and we collapsed on the grass, staring at stars smudged by light pollution. Why soccer? I asked, voice soft in the dark. He thought, fingers tracing constellations. Freedom. Out here, no expectations. Just me. Yeah. I turned my head, our faces close. I get that. His breath hitched. Alex, Riley's great, but it's all show. Parents, college apps. The whole script. My pulse thundered. And you? What's your script? He swallowed, hand finding mine in the grass. One where I don't pretend. Our fingers laced, tentative, world narrowing to that touch. Then his lips brushed my knuckles. Featherlight, a promise. I've noticed you. For months. Air left me. Ethan. Headlights swept the lot. A car horn blaring. We jolted apart, hearts racing. Shit, he whispered, standing. Gotta go. Tomorrow, yeah? After the game. Yeah. I watched him sprint to his truck, taillights vanishing, leaving me with fire in my veins and a question burning. Was this real, or just another drill? Game day dawned crisp, the kind of October blue that makes LA feel invincible. The stadium thrummed, bleachers packed, band blasting fight songs, the scent of hot dogs and fresh paint thick in the air. Mom and Sophia squeezed into seats, her waving a handmade sign. Go Alex. Mi estrella. Pride swelled, chasing the nerves. Lockers pregame were ritual. Tape wrists, blast pump-up playlists, coach's pep talk on heart over hustle. Ethan caught my eye across the benches, a wink hidden in the chaos. My stomach somersaulted. Roosevelt came out swinging, their defense a brick wall. First half was grind. Tackles crunching, shots sailing wide. I held midfield, breaking up plays, but a red card to our defender shifted momentum. They scored on a counter. The crowd's grown a gut punch. Halftime, down 1-0, coach lit into us. Dig deep. This is your legacy. Ethan rallied, voice steady. We've got this. Trust the passes. Second half, I ignited, intercepted a clearance, surged forward, slipped it to Ethan. He danced through two, fired low goal. Tie game, eruption shaking the stands. But Roosevelt answered, a header off a corner. 2-1. Minutes ticked, desperation clawing. Then, in the 88th chaos turnover, I sprinted the length, ball glued to foot, defenders lunging. Ethan broke right, calling. I chipped it, perfect arc. He volleyed, net rippling. 2-2. Bedlam. Extra time, penalties loomed like guillotines. We held, hearts and throats, until the final whistle. Tie, but shootout for the win. Shooters stepped up. Jamal stonewalled two. Ethan buried his. My turn. The keeper stared me down. Crowd a roar. I breathed Abuela's words. Endure.
Bal met net, clean.
Last kick. Their guy slipped. Jamal Dove. Save. Victory. Pure and searing. Field storm. Hugs. Tears. Gatorade showers. Ethan found me in the pile, arms crushing. You did it! He breathed into my ear, world fading to us. But as cheers died, Riley rushed him, lips on his in a victory kiss that twisted the knife. He pulled back, eyes finding mine over her shoulder. Apology. Plea. Post-game party at Jamal's sprawled house pulsed with music and makeshift bars. I nursed a Sprite in the corner, replaying the kiss, the chip, his whisper. Hope warred with hurt. Ethan appeared, pulling me to the backyard patio, away from the bass thump. Alex, wait. Riley. The word cracked. Cover. It's always been cover. He raked hands through his hair. Wrecked. Tonight. After. I nodded, throat burning. Yeah. We talked, low, urgent, about closets and fears, parents' expectations, the scout letter from UCLA burning a hole in his bag. His hand found mine again, steady. I want this. If you do. I do. The kiss came then, soft under string lights, tasting of salt and possibility. Fireworks. Real ones, for homecoming. Burst overhead, mirroring the bloom in my chest. But dawn brought the crash. Monday, whispers Jamal warned of swelled to shouts. A photo circulated, grainy, from the bonfire. Us hands linked in the shadows. Fags. Scrawled in hallway graffiti. Locker slurs. Coach's sidelong glances. Ethan iced me out. Panic in his texts. Lay low. It's nothing. But it was everything. Practice became war zone, hard tackles, no passes my way. Riley clung tighter, her glares daggers. Friday rematch with Westview. Stakes sky high for regionals. I played possessed, channeling rage into every sprint. Scored twice, assisted Ethan's lone goal. Win but hollow, his high-five mechanical eyes averted. Post-game, I confronted him in the lot. What the hell, Ethan? We're in this or not? He flinched, truck keys jangling. It's too much. Scouts, my dad. If this leaks. Leaks? You kissed me. Voice broke. Raw. I know. Torment in his eyes. But Riley's family has pull. College. I can't. Betrayal landed like that first hit, worse because I'd built him up. So I'm the dirty secret? Effort for nothing? No. Alex, please. He reached, but I jerked back. Save it. I biked home, tears blurring taillights, heart a bruise no ice could touch. Weeks blurred to gray. Practices mechanical, my fire dimmed. Jamal covered, fists ready for whispers, but the damage festered. Sophia noticed, her small hand in mine. Te quiero, Alex. Strong like abuela. Thanksgiving brought fragile peace. Mom's tamales steaming, stories of Dad's old games. But Ethan haunted, a ghost in every pass. Regionals dawned December chill, stadium a cauldron. We clawed through quarters, semis a bloodbath. Final against crosstown rivals. Score knotted at 1-1, seconds ticking. I broke free, ball at feet, Ethan streaking left. Instinct, not choice. Pass arc true. He struck, goal. State birth, screams eternal. In the roar he turned not to the crowd but me. Arms pulled me close, public but fierce. I'm sorry, he murmured. No more hiding. Cameras flashed, but he didn't care. Whispers be damned. State championship, January snow dusting the neutral field in NorCal, was legend. We won 3-2, my header sealing it, Ethan's assist a redemption. Scouts swarmed, UCLA for both, full rides whispered. After, under hotel fluorescence, we talked real. Coming out to families, Riley's tearful exit, graceful, surprisingly, coach's gruff support. Proud of you boys. On and off. Graduation June sun baked the quad, caps sailing like confetti. Ethan and I, hands linked in the crush, future wide. UCLA awaited, same campus, new chapters. No more ignores, just us, building. Effort. It noticed. And in the end, it noticed back. The high from that midnight kick lingered like the ache in my calves the next morning. But reality crashed in with the alarm. School hallways buzzed with homecoming fever. Girls in spirit jerseys. Guys debating float designs like it was the UN. I navigated it all with a secret smile. Ethan's words. I've noticed you. Replaying on loop. A private soundtrack to the chaos. AP Lit that day dove deeper into Gatsby. Mrs. Patel waxing poetic on unattainable dreams. The green light isn't just across the bay. It's within us, if we dare reach. I jotted notes, but my mind wandered to Ethan. 2 rows up, his pen tapping a rhythm that matched my pulse. Did he feel it too, this pull? Or was it just the adrenaline, the isolation of that park lot making everything sharper? Lunch under the sycamore. Jamal was on a roll about his cousin's new ride. Chrome rims, Alex. You gotta see it. I half listened, eyes drifting to the jock table where Ethan held court. Riley's hand on his arm like a claim stake. Jealousy twisted, green and ugly. But I shoved it down. Patience. Effort. Afternoon practice was lighter, post-homecoming vibe loose. Coach ran set pieces, corners and free kicks. The sun dipping low and painting the field in honey. I paired with Ethan for drills, our bodies sinking like they'd been waiting for this, me curling the ball in, him timing the leap, headers thudding home. Again. He'd say, voice low, and each time our shoulders brushed, sparks flew. One botched clearance sent the ball sailing into the bleachers, and we both jogged after it, laughing at the fumble. Sloppy, he teased, handing it back. Your fault. Distracting me with that pretty face. It slipped out, bold from the endorphins, and I froze, heat flooding my cheeks. He paused, ball between us, eyes narrowing, playful. Is that so? No recoil, no wall. Just a grin that said game on. The scrimmage ender was electric. I weaved through 3, laid it off to him for a screamer. Goal. High five turned half hug. His whisper hot. Your trouble, Ramirez. Tell me something I don't know. I pulled back, heart hammering. The team none the wiser in their cheers. That night, Sophia caught me humming while helping with dishes. Bubbles popping under the kitchen's harsh light. Someone's happy, she sing-songed, 9 and wise beyond. Her braids swinging as she dried a plate. Just soccer stuff, Soph. I ruffled her hair, dodging Mom's knowing glance from the living room couch. TV droning telenovelas. Aha, is it that boy? The captain won from your pictures. Her eyes sparkled mischief. I choked on a laugh. Spy much? Only a little. She hugged my waist, fierce. He better be nice, or I'll kick his shins. Deal. Her innocence was armor, reminding me why this risk mattered, not just for me, but for the kid who'd grow up seeing love without shame. Sunday brought church, Abuela's rosary beads clicking like Morse code during Massachusetts' Father Ramirez, no relation. Preached on forgiveness, but my thoughts strayed to Ethan, wondering if he'd ever cracked open like this to anyone else. After, the family lunch at Tia Rose's sprawled backyard. Pozole steaming, cousins chasing in the sprinklers. Grounded me. LA's sprawl felt small there, borders blurred by laughter and lore. Monday, the whispers Jamal mentioned slithered in. A note in my locker. Fairy footwork. Ramirez. Crumpled it, stomach sour. But Jamal was there, shoulder bump solid. Ignore the idiots. You're gold. Thanks. His loyalty was lifeline, the kind that makes you believe in people. Practice ramped for regionals. Coach importing a sports psych from community college for mental toughness sessions. We sat in a circle on the grass, sharing barriers to peak performance. When my turn came, I mumbled about family pressure, but eyes flicked to Ethan across the ring, his nods subtle encouragement. His turn. Fear of letting down the ones who believe in you. The group murmured agreement, but I heard the undercurrent, you plural but aimed at me. Post-session, as guys filtered out, he lingered. Walk with me to the lot? We fell in step, duffels swinging. The eucalyptus scent heavy. That psych stuff, it's BS, right? He said, kicking a pebble. Nah, it's home. You? He stopped by his truck, leaning close. Yeah, like what if I blow the scholarship? Dad's riding hard. You're not blowing anything. I met his gaze bold. You're Ethan Hale. Unbreakable. His laugh was soft, hand brushing mine. Keep saying stuff like that, and I might believe it. The touch lingered, fingers grazing knuckles, until a car horn blared. Riley's convertible pulling up, top down, music blasting pop. Babe, pizza run. He tensed, pulling away. Yeah, coming. To me. Quiet. Text me later? I nodded, watching him slide in beside her. The easy facade slipping on like a mask. It stung, but the graze of his hand echoed louder. Text started that night, innocent at first. Good session today. Your header's lethal. Me yours too. Dream team. Emojis, memes about bad refs, then deeper. Ever feel like you're playing a role? His all the time. You? Every day. Vulnerability via pixels, safer than face-to-face, but building bridges. Midweek, the team bonding hike up Runyon Canyon turned epic. Views of the Hollywood sign gleaming, lungs burning on switchbacks. Ethan and I hung back, Jamal leading the charge with bad jokes. At the summit, city sprawled below like a promise. He slung an arm around my shoulders. This view? Nothing compared to. Save the sap, cap. But I leaned in, the casual cover hiding the thrill. Riley was there too, snapping selfies, her arm linking Ethan's other side. The trio looked picture perfect, but his eyes met mine over her head. A shared secret in the panorama. The betrayal brewed slow, like a storm front you ignore until lightning cracks. It hit Thursday, practice light before the Westview friendly. I was taping my ankle in the trainer's room when voices filtered from the hall. Ethan's, low and heated. Can't keep doing this, Ree. It's not fair. Her sniffle cut sharp. To who? Me? We've been together since sophomore year. And now what, because of him? Silence. Then his voice, strained. It's not like that. Alex is just. Just? I saw you at the bonfire, Ethan. The looks. The touches. If it's nothing, why hide? My blood froze, tape forgotten. Him. Me. Exposed. He sighed. Please drop it. For the team. For your image, you mean? Her heels clicked away, door slamming. I ducked out the back. Heart a drum solo. Confusion churning. Was he defending us? Or just damage control? On the field, he played distant, passes crisp but cold. Post whistle, I cornered him by the cooler. Heard you and Riley. What's going on? He paled, glancing around. Not here. Later. Park. 8. Voice steady but inside storm raging. Dusk settled heavy as I waited. Ball at feet to steady nerves. He arrived on foot. Hoodie up. Hands jammed deep. Talk. I said, no preamble. He paced. Words tumbling. She's jealous. Thinks there's something between us. I told her it's team stuff. But. Push. He stopped. Eyes pleading. There is something, Alex. I feel it. But if it gets out. Scouts, my dad. The team. It could ruin everything. The knife twisted. So what? We sneak around? I'm not your side plot. No. He stepped close, hands on my arms. I want real. But I need time. Please. Time. The word hung, a chain. I searched his face. Fear, yes, but truth too. Okay. But no more half measures. Effort goes both ways. Relief washed him, pulling me into a hug that crushed air from lungs. Deal. The kiss followed, urgent under the park's lone lamp, tasting of fear and fight. Hands in hair, bodies aligning, world fading to us. It broke with his whisper, "Thank you." Friday's friendly was redemption. 3-0 win, my brace, Ethan's assist on the third. Locker room cheers drowned doubts, his fist bump lingering. But Saturday morning, my phone lit with Jamal's text. "Dude, check Snapchat. Stories blowing up." The video. Grainy footage from the bonfire. Ethan and me by the fire. Shoulders touching. Laughs too intimate. Caption. Captain's new MVP? Team secrets. Comments exploded, emojis, slurs, questions. My stomach dropped. School Monday was hellscape. Hallway gauntlet. Stares, snickers, a shoved shoulder sending books flying. Fudge packers. Hissed from a freshman cluster. Jamal met me at my locker, face grim. Heard. "You good?" "No." Voice small. "Ethan?" "Haven't seen him." Riley's posse is circling like vultures. Classes blurred. Whispers a buzzsaw. Lunch skipped, hid in the library, head in hands. Gatsby mocked from the shelf. So we beat on, boats against the current. Practice? Coach pulled me aside pre-whistle. Heard rumors, Ramirez. Focus on the ball, not the noise. We clear. Clear. But clarity was myth. Ethan arrived late, face ashen, avoiding eyes. Drills he paired with others, passes to me telegraphed, easy intercepts. Halftime I snapped. "What the fuck? We're in this." He hissed back. "Keep it down. It's everywhere." My dad's pissed. Called me a disappointment. Guilt knifed me. "So you ghost? That's your time." "I don't know." Desperation cracked. "I can't lose it all." The scrimmage ended in shouts, me fouling hard, him shoving back. Coach benched us both. "Cool off." I stormed to the lot, bike unlocked with shaking hands. His truck peeled out behind me, but no stop. No chase. Home. Mom waited. Eyes soft. Soft told me. The pictures. Mijo, talk. Tears came then, hot and unbidden. "It's him, Mom. Ethan. I love him, and it's breaking me." She held me, no judgment, just strength. "Love's not easy, but you're Ramirez. We fight." Tuesday brought fallout. Principal's office. Bullying concerns. Any truth to the relationship? I lied. Just friends. But the lie tasted ash. Ethan texted, "Meet after school. Please." The bleachers creaked under us, empty field mocking. "I'm sorry," he started. Dad grounded me, phone monitored. Riley dumped me public. Called me confused. Sympathy ward anger. And I'm telling them, tonight, about us. My breath caught. "You sure?" Terrified. "But yeah, for you. For me." The kiss was tender, apologetic, ceiling packed. Wednesday he didn't show. Texts bounced. Panic clawed. "Jamal, dude's truck totaled. Hit and run last night. Hospital wait was eternity. Sterile halls, coffee bitter." His dad paced, face thunder. "You the friend? Alex?" "Yeah." Brace. He eyed me. "Heard things. Ethan's. Struggling. Thanks for being there." Moments later, Ethan in bed, bruises blooming, eyes lighting at me. "Did it." Told Dad everything. He didn't freak. Said we'd figure it. Relief flooded. Scared me. "Sorry." Hand in mine, for beeping soft. "No more ignoring. Promise." Recovery was slow, him sidelined, me carrying midfield. Team rallied, Jamal leading get well hail chants. Whispers faded, replaced by respect. Riley even apologized. Awkward but genuine. I was scared too. Regionals approached. Ethan back for quarters. Rusty but fierce. We advanced, semis a thriller, 2-1, my goal off his corner. Finals eve, hotel room share, coach's call. Tension hummed. "Think we can win it all?" he asked, bed inches apart. "With you? Always." Hands linked across the gap. Sleep came easy. Championship under dome lights, crowd a sea. We dominated 4-0, Ethan's hat trick. My assist on the last. Trophy lift, his arm around me public. cameras blind. After, in the quiet bus ride home, he leaned head on my shoulder. Worth every effort. Yeah. LA lights welcomed us. Future bright as the field under sun. But life twists. Summer brought UCLA orientation, dorms, drills, distance from family. Ethan thrived, I struggled, scholarship thin, job at the rec center, eating time. Fights brewed. His parties with legacies, my shifts, missing dates. Fall midterms. A call. Alex, I need space. It's a lot. Betrayal redux, sharper. Space? After everything. It's not you. College changes things. I hung up, shattered. Packed for homecoming weekend. But alone. Back in LA, mom's hug healed some. He'll see, Mijo. Or he won't. But you shine regardless. State qualifiers without him, team solid but hollow. We won, but the fire dimmed. Winter break, he showed. Doorstep snow-dusted. Eyes red. I fucked up. Missed you. Every drill, every day. Why now? Realized effort's nothing without heart. You're my heart. Forgiveness came slow, but sure. Spring brought balance, visits, calls, his hand in mine at campus pride events. Dad even called from Mexico. Gruff approval. Play hard, love harder. Graduation, dual caps, families mingled. His dad clapped my back. Welcome, son. Mom teared up. Now, senior year kicks off. Field fresh under California sun. He notices every pass, every glance. And in the quiet moments, hands laced. I know, effort built this. Love sustains it. Humanistic close. We're not perfect. Conflicts linger. Society stares. Internal doubts. But in choosing each other daily, we find grace. America, with its vast fields and hidden hearts, taught us that. The betrayal didn't end with the hit and run. It festered, a wound infected by doubt. Ethan's hospital room became our sanctuary, beeping machines a lullaby to confessions. Dad took it better than I thought. He said one afternoon, sunlight slanting through blinds, casting stripes on his casted leg. Said he had a buddy in the league, back in the day, who lived open. Life's too short for closets, son. I squeezed his hand, for tape rough under my thumb. That's huge. Yeah, mom's praying extra novenas, but she's cool. Riley, she texted. Wants to talk. Jealousy pricked, but I nodded. Give her closure. You owe that. He pulled me closer, lips brushing forehead. Only owe you my everything. Discharge day, I skipped last period to pick him up. Mom's old Corolla rattling like a tin can. His dad rode shotgun, gruff but grateful. Thanks for sticking, Alex. Means the world. The drive home wound through LA's veins. Freeways humming, billboards flashing, soccer camps and car ads. Ethan in back, head on my shoulder, dozing to the radio's oldies. Normalcy fragile as glass. School resumed, but the video's echo lingered. Some guys ribbed. Lovebirds scoring off field too? But Jamal shut it down, his glare a force. Others, like Marco the freshman, asked quiet questions. It's true? You too. We owned it, casual. Yeah. Problem. None came. Practice adjusted. Ethan on light duty, barking from sidelines. Me leading drills with new authority. Coach pulled me after. Stepping up, Ramirez. Captain material. Pride swelled. Thanks. Team's tight. Including Hale? Eyebrow raised. Always. Regionals quarters was fire. Away at Ventura. Ocean wind whipping the field. Ethan subbed in second half. Assist on my equalizer. 2-1 win. Bus ride back, a sing-along to Bad Pop. Semis home. Packed stands. Sophia's sign waving wild. Roosevelt again, grudge match. They scored first, dirty goal off a dive. Tension coiled, but halftime huddle. Ethan's voice cut through. We own this. For us. We exploded, 3 unanswered. My volley off his cross, the dagger. 3-1. State finals berth, town erupting. But the night before finals, storm broke. Hotel in Fresno, team rooms assigned. But Ethan and I snuck to the roof. City lights a distant glow. Scared. I asked, blanket wrapped around us against chill. Terrified. Win or lose, it's the end of something. Yeah. Kiss slow, deepening, hands exploring boundaries. Clothes stayed on, but trust deepened. Game day, dome echoing roars. Rivals from NorCal, machine-like. First half 0-0 chess match. Halftime, coach, break them. Second, we did Ethan's solo run, my header, Jamal's save on PK. 2-0. They pulled one, but we held. Final whistle, a roar. Trophy, confetti, his hug public. We did it. College letters came spring, UCLA for both, full rides. Celebration dinner at his place. Families mingling, awkward but warm. His mom hugged me. Bienvenido, Alex. Mom teared. Proud, Mijo. Summer job at rec center, coaching kids. Ethan lifeguarding beaches. Dates. Hikes. Beach volleyball. Stolen kisses in dunes. But college loomed, change a shadow. Freshman orientation, Westwood bustle, dorms, syllabi, parties. Ethan fit, seamless. Legacy friends pulling him into frats. I struggled, classes heavy, job remote, homesick for mom's cooking. First fight over text. Where were you? Party again? Him, networking. Chill. Chill? I'm here alone. Sorry. Tomorrow. Tomorrow became next week. Space grew cold. Midterms week. Breaking point. Coffee shop study, he late. Alex, I need time. This is intense. The team, classes. Us on top feels like pressure. Pressure. Voice rose, heads turning. After everything? You said no more hiding. It's not hiding. It's breathing. Eyes pleading. I love you. But college is different. Love. First time spoken, but it landed wrong. If it's too much, maybe it's not right. Don't say that. Panic. Space, not end. I walked out, rain soaking, heart drowning. Back home weekend. Mom's wisdom. Love bends, doesn't break easy, but you deserve bend back. Jamal called. Heard. Dude's moping. Give him hell. State team without him, we qualified again, win bittersweet. Text from Ethan, watched highlights. Killed it. Miss you. Miss you too. But fix this. Spring break, he drove down, doorstep flowers. I was scared. New world, old fears. But you're my constant. Talked hours, boundaries, check-ins, therapy for his closet scars. I choose us, he vowed. Rebuilt stronger, summer road trip. Tent camping in Yosemite. Stars witness to promises. Senior year now, captains together. Field our kingdom. Conflicts come, major stresses, family visits, but we navigate, hands linked. Ending humanistic. Life's no fairy tale. Betrayals scar, efforts ache. But in America's messy mosaic, diverse fields, beating hearts, we learn love's not perfection, but persistence. He noticed. We endure. The rebuild wasn't seamless. Cracks showed in quiet ways. Fall midterms. Ethan aced his econ exam. I bombed calc. Tears in the library, his arms my anchor. We'll tutor. Together. He did, late nights with flashcards and takeout, turning failure to fuel. Thanksgiving, his family hosted, turkey dry, but conversation flowed. His dad pulled me aside by the grill. Saw your game tape. UCLA's lucky. Gruff pride earned. Mom brought tamales. Sophia charmed with soccer tricks on the lawn. Blended, imperfect, but family. Winter formal, we went as friends, cover for optics, but danced close, whispers lost in the beat. Remember our first dance? He murmured, hand on waist. Bonfire shadows. Best bad idea. Laugh. Kiss in the coat room, quick and sweet. State championship rematch. Snow flurries. Crowd electric. Tied 2-2, overtime surge, my steal, his shot, net bulge. Victory, his leap into my arms. Broadcast nationwide. Headlines. Lovers lead Lincoln to glory. Out and proud, sponsors called, pride flags waved. But backlash too, trolls online. A scout side-eye. We leaned on each other. Therapy sessions joint. Boundaries build bridges, the counselor said. Graduation, joint ceremony, UCLA bound. Pro tryouts whispered. His speech, valedictorian. Effort notices the quiet ones. Love notices the heart. Eyes on me, crowd ing. Post-ceremony beach, bonfire echo, families toasting. Sophia, you two are goals. Abuela, frail but fierce. Amor verdadero, it endures deserts. Now pro-camp summer, fields vast as dreams. He notices every goal, glance, dawn run. Conflicts fade to lessons. Betrayal teaches trust. Effort weaves fate. Humanistic close. In America's tapestry. Flawed, vibrant, we're threads of resilience. Gay, Latino, athlete, lover. Labels, but the story's universal. Persevere. Notice. Love.